welcome into Bluegrass Sports Nation. It is August the 16th, Friday night, and you are live here on Bluegrass Sports Nation with the first live coverage of the season of the Breathitt Bobcats taking on the Estill County Engineers. The boys in blue are down here to our right getting warmed up. I'm Rob Hounshell sitting up here with Matt Hudson, Tony Hounshell, and our esteemed guest caller here tonight is Mr. Bradley Hall. Thanks, Brad, for sitting in with us and helping us out tonight. Glad to have you, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about what's been going on with you, Brad. Where you going to school at, what you're majoring in, and what your plans are for the future.
Well, I graduated here at Breathitt County High School in 2023, and now I'm going to Maysville Community Technical College in the Montgomery campus in Mount Sterling, and I am going into physical therapist assistant.
Cool. Good to hear that. Super proud of you, man. Intelligent kid. One of the people that we love to sit up here and talk about just a few Friday nights ago. It's not been that long ago that we were enjoying some hard hits from Brad on defense, and just a pleasure to have you up here. Buddy, I'm excited. You look out on this field. I walked down through here day before yesterday, I guess it was, coming in from lumberjack practice, and man, what a beautiful facility. The things that the administration and the coaching staff and all the volunteers here at Breathitt County has done. Just a wonderful facility. The field looks great, thanks to Mr. Larry Turner, one of the unsung heroes. And it's just a phenomenal facility for high school football. And, guys, we're getting ready to kick this one off. It's going to be a great season for the Bobcats, and a very interesting scrimmage here between Estill County and Breathitt. The Bobcats and the Engineers, rivalry that goes way back. A lot of people remember the last name Neese when we talk about Estill County Engineers, and like I said, it's a good rivalry between these two schools. And we are just tickled to death to have the Engineers back here on the riverbank to kick things off here on our first Friday night with this great scrimmage. We'll take a quick break and go to commercial, and we'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation to get this one kicked off here from Jackson, Kentucky.
Basketball fans know December is the start of the holiday season, a 4-month round ball holiday running all winter right through March. And at Rose Brothers, we're happy to help Bluegrass Sports Nation bring great high school action to you each week. And when your athletes need basketball shoes, or when you need warm weather gear to get through the winter, come see us at Rose Brothers. We have performance athletic footwear from Nike, Under Armour, and Skechers, and great outerwear from Columbia, Simply Southern, and Under Armour. Now let's cheer on our young athletes, and good luck from all of us at Rose Brothers in Jackson and Betaville.
Jackson Physical Therapy is your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving Jackson and the surrounding areas. Owned by Colby Watts, Jackson Physical Therapy has a talented and experienced staff ready to meet all your physical therapy needs. Jackson Physical Therapy is a proud supporter of our local youth and sports team.
Just want to watch the game.
Dad turned on the ceiling fan, used the gray remote, hit power, then input.
It's not working.
That's the silver one.
It might be difficult to understand what all the remotes on your coffee table do. But with a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent in every county, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Next time, I'll just go to the game.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
Wolf County is widely known as a rock climbing and hiking destination, but is now quickly becoming known for its great restaurants and entertainment venues. Venues like Skybridge Station, where you can see live music on the weekends or go to Tuesday night trivia. Kel's Patriot Pizza, Spanx Franks, Dixie Freeze, Beef Finca, 145 Stakeout, which has live music most weekends, The Brick, Red Point Barbecue, and Bites and Bargains. Wolf County is naturally gorgeous, and Wolf County Tourism invites you to stop in and try one of these great restaurants on your next visit.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Riverbank here at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. Beautiful Bermuda grass field here in Breathitt County, one of the few that's still around in the state. The only one I know that matches this one to be in as good a shape is probably the one down at the Danville Admirals play on. Great looking field tonight. Early in the season, the grass is green, and I tell you what, we're getting ready to play some football, Bradley Hall. Try to give a little bit of introduction to this scrimmage atmosphere. To the best of my knowledge, usually in a scrimmage they'll do some 10-on-10. It looks like we're going to kick off, so they might be doing down and distance with 4 plays and actually play like a live first quarter. We'll see. The clock is off, so there's no clock up.
No chain crew either.
No chain crew, so we'll see what's going to happen. With the kickoff, I thought maybe we were going to do down and distance, but you made a good point with the chain crew being gone. Terry to kick this one off. Braxton puts the boot to it. Ball going to sail way back into the end zone, takes a bounce, hops into the end zone for a touchback. Good kick by Braxton. Covered a lot of ground that time. Really put the leg behind it, and the Estill County Engineer offense will come onto the field, and the Bobcat defense will make their way to the line of scrimmage. I'm going to try my best to get through some of these new characters we have on the field. If you go across the defensive line, of course, we've got Waylon Abner, number 68, 64, Sawyer Hall. And over on the other end is number 55, Braxton Terry. And at one corner, we've got John Carter Holland. And we've got Trumbo there at linebacker, Tolson at a linebacker, Barnett at an end. Engineers stay on the ground, maybe pick up a yard or two back to the line of scrimmage. And continuing going across the field, we got Gibson, Barker, Alex Strong. I think I got all of them, didn't I, Brad?
I think so.
I think so.
I think you did.
I tried my best anyway. We'll do our best with the Estill County guys too, folks. We got a lot of numbers here and a nice roster from Estill County. We'll try to give them as much coverage as we do these Breathitt County boys. I think a lot of these engineers as they come in here. Engineers back in the spread. They hand off in the backfield to the number 16. He's going to pick up about 8 or 9 yards, maybe enough for a first down. And that was, according to their roster, let's double check that and make sure we got it right here, Jack's niece. Once again, we got another niece on the team here for the Engineers. Very common name as you go back into the Holcomb era here at Breathitt County with the Neese boys, and of course Coach Neese at the Engineer realm for many years, and Hoover, just one of the finest coaches, and a lot of people with great memories of this Engineer football team. Quarterback sits back in the pocket, quick throw across the middle, going to be a little bit overthrown for the receiver, number 5, just out of reach, and that was Bryce Brinegar. I recognize that name. I think Bryce also a basketball player for Estill County. So the Engineers in the huddle. Sure, I get Brody Manus going to be the quarterback for the Engineers. Manus will bring the Engineers to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers here in front of us, and single receiver to the left. Man in motion in the backfield. Manus gives off up the middle. He's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Big tackle by Sawyer Hall, and cleaned up in there by Waylon Abner. So also Tolson in there on the tackle. So the huge stop by Hall that time, right up the middle. Not going to get much there, are they, Bradley?
No, definitely not.
You guys ever get in any battles?
Well, used to. Then he outgrew me a little bit.
You got to pick them now.
He's my quote-unquote little brother.
Yeah,
That's what we always say.
You got to pick your battles now.
I'm the quote-unquote big brother. Not so big.
Hands off in the backfield, and running back pickup of about 5, maybe 6 on the play.
Big hit by Thomas.
And that was number 2, Rylan Brown. So Brown on the carry. Nice pickup. Once again, I venture to say we're doing 10-on-10. There's no down and distance markers out there right now. So what you'll see is probably 10 plays from the Engineers, and then we will switch, and the Bobcats will go on offense for 10 plays. Engineers come out, 3 receivers to the left now, single receiver wide out here to the right. Manus in the backfield, 1 back beside him, sits back to throw in the pocket. He throws short up around the 49-yard line, stopped immediately. Man still on his feet. Looked like Strong had him back there around the 49, and the receiver able to gather his feet and get about 3 or 4 more yards on that carry. So a good move after the catch. And I believe that was Hayden Fletcher, I believe, on the reception.
I can't see nothing back there.
So
Jason Combs coming in for John Carter.
Carter Holland comes out, and Combs, number 6, will come in. Another name that you Bobcat fans are going to get used to hearing is number 6, Jason Combs. Young man looks great in practice. 3 receivers to the right, screen play, thrown over, caught by number 5. He's up around the 40, and they're going to be tackled by Barnett. So a nice tackle. Bryce Breniger with the reception. Nice screen play out to the right. Quick pass by the quarterback and good blocking up front by the other 2 receivers. Cleared things out, and it's going to move the ball up to the 41-yard line in the Bobcat territory.
No, it's Braden.
So Brody Manus back out now into the huddle with the Engineers. They'll break the huddle. Come to the line of scrimmage, showing 3 receivers to the right, 1 wide out, or 3 to the left, 1 wide out to the right. Single back just to Manus's right. He'll give to him in the backfield. Looking to get the end. He's around the corner, pick up a big yards, still on his feet, tripped up around the 19-yard line before he goes out of bounds. So a big gain that time by Jax Neese. Big pickup. He had a head of steam, Brad, when he came around the corner.
Sure did.
And, you know, it's something that you look for in the back. Instead of trying to go to the sideline, he cut it up just at the right time, and then that real pickup of yards as he went north to south that time. He was going for the sideline and made a good cut right on the inside off the block.
Like a couple times he's been able to break one off across the edge.
Manus with Neese in the backfield beside him now. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Give up inside, stopped immediately. I think Terry was one of the first ones there on the tackle.
Yeah, that's correct.
Braxton with a good tackle inside. Abner in on the tackle also.
It looks like Jax Neese was the leading rusher for the Engineers last year. He had 566 yards.
Neese going to take a break as he'll go to the sideline. Didn't see the number that came in. Maybe it was 18. Might have been Levi Beckler. Beckler's the wideout. Manus, 3 receivers to the right, rolls to his right, chased out of there by Terry. Looking down the field, he throws. It's caught at the 5-yard line, and he's going to be tackled right around the 1-yard line before he literally tackled out of bounds. So another big pickup. How many pictures is Evan going to take of us?
Probably about 4 right there.
So the Engineers down to about the 1-yard line, and I think that was their 10th play. Looks to me like they're going to switch things up. Bobcats going to come out to the 30 with their offensive set. One heck of a looking line out there, Bradley Hall, and it starts in the middle with Mr. Carson Miller. Colby Bird at 1 guard, Waylon Abner at another guard, Sawyer Hall and Tayton Skidmore will bring up the tackles for the line. Freshman Miles Holland in the backfield.
Got a lot of size up there up front.
Yes, sir. Holland takes a snap, quick throw, screen, going to be called around the 30. It'll be waved off.
Incomplete.
Incomplete, knee on the ground, a little bit low. Yeah. So Holland with a quick strike to John Carter Holland. It's going to be a fun year with those two on the field together. Getting to see Miles and John Carter play together.
Yeah.
Holland, one back to each side now. Gibson and Thomas. One receiver to the right is Strong. Give to Eli Thomas. Thomas picking up yards at the 40. He's at the 50. He breaks the tackle, still on his feet. Watch Eli Thomas go. And he is in the end zone for the Bobcats. Second play from the line of scrimmage. That is why the young man, as a middle school running back, was the talk of Eastern Kentucky for a while. Second play from the line of scrimmage, Eli Thomas comes out of the backfield, scampers the length of the field.
Truly a talented kid, showing off that breakaway speed.
Good eyes, too. Good vision. He's able to get around 2 or 3 blocks. And good blocking up front by the line.
I'm pretty sure.
So after the long run down the field, Terry will line up for the extra point. Talk about an exciting backfield. Gibson and Thomas back there, John Carter and Miles both working together. It's going to be an exciting year for the Bobcats. Terry will step this one off and get ready for the extra point. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up. It's got the distance, and it's right on the money. Good for Terry. We're not keeping score on the scoreboard, but we are here at Bluegrass Sports Nation, joined by none other than Mr. Donovan Rose up here on the bleachers. I like to call him Tom Cruise. I don't know if he likes it, but I like to call him Tom Cruise.
You don't want you're on the air, so.
Yeah, I'm on the air. We're always on the air. So the Bobcats from around the 30-yard line with that second play from the line of scrimmage. Thomas just eats up a lot of green grass. Not a lot of left to right running, but Thomas gets the ball and heads north and finds the end zone. The Bobcats will flip things around, and they'll be coming back.
Backfield.
Yep. Kind of a broken power with the 2 backs. We got a short gain that time, maybe pick up of 1 or 2. See where they're going to spot the ball. They're going to bring it up to about the 31, so they'll say gain of 1. Carson Miller taking the place of older brother Evan Miller there at center, doing a great job making the calls up front for the offensive line. Line gets set. Holland waits on the snap. He takes it, rolls out to his right. He eludes 1 defensive back, and he's going to throw it out of bounds. As Holland was being chased out of there by one of the linebackers.
I'll try to get the thing that fits that here shortly.
Tell you what, Estill County is never lacking on size, and they've never been, mainly a running team, but they've never lacked on size, and it's very evident on defense as you look at their linebacking core and you look at their guys up front. You know, you look at teams nowadays, Brad, and a lot of players seem to be what I call a plug-and-play player. You could put a different jersey on them and play them anywhere from a down lineman to a cornerback. And Estill County's got that size here with them tonight. Engineers go to work again. Here's Miles Holland. He throws short to John Carter. Carter makes the reception around the 35-yard line. The pass is caught, and that'll move the football for the Bobcats.
Even Estill County secondary is big all around. Got size everywhere.
Yeah, they are, and it's. We talked a little bit about this, you know, at work. Me and the guys a lot. You look at these teams, and they have plug-and-play players. You just pull a guy off the sideline and change 4 or 5 people out and put a different jersey number on them, and they can play a number of positions. And being a versatile team like that is what makes a difference. You see the handoff to Carter in the backfield on the end around, and he'll get up to about the 40-yard line.
It's good for teams to have that versatility in players too.
Not sure what I'd say. Carter came from a wideout, I guess, on the motion. Pickup of about 5 that time will bring it up to the 40-yard line. And John Carter's one of those players that not only is he versatile, but buddy, when he gets an edge and he gets some room, look out. He's very similar to Eli in the fact that he can go north really quick. And here we see Jaden Gibson up the middle. Gibson's going to bring it up to the 45-yard line in Engineer territory.
You have multiple guys that could take it to the house in the blink of an eye.
Hard to tell hard to tell Jaden and Eli apart right now. One number 8 and number 9, and built very similar. Hard to tell them apart on the field. Terry will come off the field for the offense. Braxton will get a breather, and Carter Holland will get a breather as Adam Spencer comes into the game.
He's got Austin Barker in there too.
And Austin Barker. Holland, single back to his left, gets the snap, sits back in the pocket, looks, throws short, just over the hands of Eli Thomas. Thomas being trailed by number 23, the linebacker there, Adam Puckett. Puckett was right on his heels, and ball looked to be catchable, but it's just over the hand of Eli Thomas.
Carson dropped a few more pounds. Carson dropped a few more pounds.
So the Bobcats back to the line of scrimmage now. Holland showing one back to each side. Thomas and Gibson. Spencer and Barker here in front of us. I think the far receiver in front of Estill County is Combs. Holland sits back, makes the fake. Good block by Gibson in the backfield. Holland rolls out, throws short, caught by Adam Spencer. Spencer with a shake up to the 40, up to the 35. Great catch by Adam Spencer. Able to put the brakes on and make a move, and picked up about 5 extra yards. So a great reception by Adam Spencer.
It's great communication on there too.
Yeah.
As you can see in the scramble drill, Miles is pointing.
Yep.
And Adam ran exactly where he was pointing and ultimately completed the pass.
Good to see Adam in there getting some playing time. He's been a long-time football player. I know that. Third grade on up for that young man. Cats with 2 receivers each side now. Holland waits on the snap, fakes inside, looking deep. He's going long. He shoots for the end zone. Ball is in the air, jumps and knocked down. I believe that was intended for Combs, but he had a couple of Engineer defenders back there with him, and I believe in Coach Holcomb form, the Bobcats were going for the jugular there on the last play with the deep ball. And so the Bobcats will come to the sideline. Engineers will get a breather. We'll take a quick break here on Bluegrass Sports Nation also, and we'll be back after this commercial. Bobcat football live tonight.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Folks, you're tuned in to Bluegrass Sports Nation. Live coverage Bobcat football here from Breathitt County. Hosting the scrimmage here tonight with the Estill County Engineers. Estill County coming in here, Coach Austin Moore, also the athletic director. Class 3A in District 8. And a very common opponent for the Bobcats over the years. Now they're in different classes, of course, but these 2 foes like to meet up anytime they can. Wow, the Engineers with an empty backfield. 4 receivers to the left. Little screen play. And going to be overthrown out of bounds. And a single receiver over to the right and quads to the left. I tell you what, you don't get to see 4 receivers come out very often, especially for Estill County. It's something you don't really see, but you know, with a little bit of change of scenery over the years, a lot more teams going to the spread and trying to run a faster offense and try to make things look different. You can run a lot of the same plays out of the spread. You see them here, single back set to the right. Manus with 2 receivers here in front of us. Man in motion. He'll set up shop over on the right end. He's going to go out short. Manus going to throw to him. And he's going to be brought down, tackled by Gibson. He tackled almost immediately. I think that was the fullback that came out of there again. I think he's done that a couple of times. I'm looking to see if I got his number here. Maybe that wasn't him. Yeah, Hayden Fletcher. Fletcher Hayden. One side of the card, they got the last names first. The other side of the card, got the first names first.
Easy way to get confused.
It don't take much to confuse me, Brad. I just be honest with you, buddy. These guys that get up here to call games with me, I feel sorry for them. I probably call some gray hair for Matt Hudson over there.
Well, we still love you, Rob. It's okay.
Manus in the backfield lowers his shoulder, and the running back going to be brought down by Tolson. Barnett.
Trumbo was in there on that tackle too.
Yep. And the running back, ball carrier was Ryland Brown. Outside linebacker, running back number 12 for the Engineers. Manus and Rollins come into the huddle together, make the play. Two receivers to the right now for the Engineers. One here in front of us to the left. Wing back is the fullback. Manus sits back to throw, throws short. Going to be caught by number 2, one missed tackle. That was Ryland Brown again. I think Strong was there to make the tackle, but didn't. He was able to get. Brown was able to get away from the initial contact.
Made a good move.
Yeah, Brown able to get away from the initial contact, pick up 4 or 5 more yards before the Bobcats bring him down around the 43-yard line. Thinking about the yard lines and thinking about my good friend Rick Stacy used to always remind me to call out the yard lines, so he knew when he was listening where the game was. And as the Engineers complete another pass, I'd like to make another short announcement and just say let's keep the family of Rose Wolf in our thoughts and prayers. Rose did a lot for this county and city, not only as mayor, but I can attest to the things that she did for the youth. Especially getting the Ponytail League started and things here in the county, and the way that she took care of the youth and worked with Red Cross. And the lady was able to work with just about anybody and make things happen for this county. And we're definitely going to miss her. And just ask that you keep her thoughts and her family in the thoughts and prayers. And she'll be greatly missed. So the Engineers tied up again right around the 46-yard line in Bobcat territory.
There's my new granddaughter. She's born August 1st.
That's Braden Barnett that helped make the tackle on that one.
Tell you what, we talk about versatility and plug and play players. You know, you look at Carter and you look at Eli and you look at Braxton Terry and Tolson and Gibson, and these guys, you know, they fit the bill. You take Braden Barnett, he could play corner, he could play linebacker. You could put him anywhere on the field. The guys are disciplined, and I think we were talking about that in early in the game before we went on the air about the versatility and being able to do different things with different players, and the Bobcats forced to do that this year. Manus going to go to the sideline, got a man open. It's the fullback, I believe. No, that was Rawlings. He'll go out of bounds. The Bobcats forced to do that. It was actually Jack's niece on the intended receiver. Bobcats forced to go with some different folks in some different positions with, of course, Ethan Boland and Kylan Combs and Corey Combs not being out there. Those guys are back on the field, so to speak, walking around and going through some therapy and doing some things and trying to get better. Corey and Kylan have looked better every time I've seen them, and Kylan, of course, out here trying to do some things. And he told me the other day he was just working upper body and trying to stay loose. And of course, Corey, it's hard to keep Corey down. I think. I
don't think anybody can keep Corey down.
Engineers complete a pass, but they're going to be brought down by Barnett and a host of Bobcats. Hard to keep Corey Combs down, and Corey's been working hard in the weight room. And of course, if anybody follows the Lumberjacks or follows me on Facebook, we've been able to keep up with Ethan Bowling. Ethan doing a great job. He was out here last night at the Lumberjack practice, and just great to see Ethan. I was kind of plugging him and giving him a hard time about how much he was eating. Every time I see him out in town, if he's not grocery shopping, he's eating. So, but we love those three guys, and we're just blessed to have them here on the sideline and here in our community. And they're greatly missed on the football field, but we're just tickled to death to still have them here with us and after that bad accident. Bobcat defense getting set again. Man in motion is number 5, and he'll get the handoff in the backfield for the Engineers. Bouncing around, going to be tackled.
Big hit.
By Waylon Abner. Abner didn't go to the ground, but the ball carrier did. Bryce Brenniger made a cutback over on the right hash, and Waylon Abner trailing the play. It's right where you wanted him to be at.
Sure is.
You got to get excited about hits like that.
Oh, yeah. Gotta love the big hits.
I think I would be running away from Abner, too, if I was out there.
I would, too.
I'd be looking for another alley.
But when he's running behind you, you can't see him, and he hits you all of a sudden, you'll feel it.
Terry and Parson Miller in at the nose. And Waylon Abner, all three up front for the Bobcats. The TNTs, we like to call them. Barnett at the end.
Giving Sawyer a little break.
Yep, man in motion. And they got a blitz on that left side, and running back going to be brought down early. That was Ryland Brown again on the carry. And I do believe we're getting ready to switch out as the Engineers offense will be snuffed out just on this side of the 50 in the Bobcat territory as they'll take another quick water break. We'll take another quick break with them here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message with Bobcat football.
Going back to school comes with a lot of expense, but you can still sport a brand new iPhone 13 from Appalachian Wireless for just a penny. Now that's how you save. iPhone 13 128 gig for a penny with a 2-year contract on the mix and match or unlimited plan. Terms and conditions do apply. See AppalachianWireless.com for details. An iPhone 13 for a penny. That is easy math. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
All right, folks, we are back. Bobcat offense on the field. We're back to each side of Holland. Holland gives to Thomas. Thomas around the end over in front of the
Showing off that speed again.
Over in front of the Engineer bench. He makes it up to about the 48-yard line before he's run out of bounds. So big pickup of about 17, 18 yards for Thomas. I've not been keeping up with his yardage, but, you know, the first one that he ran was from the 30 to the end zone. That second play from the line of scrimmage tonight. So Thomas easily.
About 15.
Yeah,
85 yards at the moment.
Yeah, Thomas easily pushing the 100-yard mark here early in the scrimmage. Miles Holland sits back in the pocket. 3 receivers this side. He'll give to Gibson. Gibson over around the right side. Stiff arm up about the 49-yard line of the Engineer territory, just across the 50. Good hard run by Jaden Gibby Gibson. Holland in backfield. Gibson will come to his right. 2 receivers to the left for Holland are John Carter Holland and Barker. Alex Strong here on the right side of the line. Single wide out. Holland waits on the snap. Rides Gibson up inside. Handoff up the middle. The big pickup for Gibson as he'll get up to about the 43. So good pickup inside. Good blocking up front. Anytime you can ride that fullback up into the line of scrimmage like that and you get a good push up front, you know, you're going to pick up 3-4 yards easy.
But you see that whole line of scrimmage move forward.
Yeah.
You know you're getting yards, positive yards every time. And all 5 guys are winning up front right now.
Yep. Terry into the ball game on offense as he's wearing number 55, and he'll be one of the wideouts to the left for Holland. Looks like Gibson just to the left in the backfield of Holland. 2 receivers this side, Thomas and Combs. Holland sits back, rolls out of the pocket, looking downfield. Up to the 40, going to make a short throw, but we got a whistle before the throw. Well, that's something you'll see in these scrimmages too. You'll hear the whistle a lot of times before the defense gets to make a shot on the quarterback, just for that reason. They're trying to protect the young man. This is not a game situation, and it's just competitive scrimmage. So they are trying to protect the quarterbacks a little bit, and you'll hear some early whistles and stoppage of play when the quarterback's being chased out of bounds. Holland will bring Thomas back to his right. Two receivers to the left are Holland and Terry. Miles steps back in the pocket, looking deep. He's going to throw long down the field, intended for Combs, and it'll be incomplete. No pass interference on that as the
I believe they were
defender,
looking for one there.
Yeah, defender was all over.
Whole Bobcat sideline, their hands up.
Just about pulled the jersey off of Combs there. Maybe they're a little bit slight on the flags too, in the scrimmage. But anywho, that was a good pass from Holland down the sideline, looking at the end zone. We were watching Holland air it out from in warm-ups, and 30, 40-yard passes seem to be at ease. And looks like he's got his timing down pretty good too. I mean, had a couple of balls early that were overthrown. Three receivers to the left now. Gibson, Terry, and Holland. Strong here to the right. Give up inside to Thomas. Thomas looking for a gap. Finds an alley. Bounces around back to his right. Gets a block up to about the 30. Makes another move. Another move. Still under his feet. Up to about the 5-yard line before he's brought down by the Estill County Engineer defender. What a show of athleticism by Eli Thomas. I don't know how many moves he made up inside just to bounce it out. And then after he got over here to the sideline, he had a couple more surprises for him. So Thomas showing some athleticism,
some moves
from the backfield that we're not used to.
Even before that, though, I saw the line up front. Every one of them had to push 5 yards upfield.
They're getting their blocks, man. And when you're winning up front like that, it's easy for that running back to find a lane.
And the power set now.
Power. Holland up under center. Turns. Gives to Gibson. Gibson lowers his shoulder. Crosses the end zone. And he'll be in for another score for the Bobcats. Like I made mention earlier, not keeping the score, but we are here on BSN. And that would make it 13-0 at this point. The Bobcats in the lead. Terry will come onto the field for the extra point. Just a great show of athleticism that time as Thomas able to put it into the end zone for the first score. And really the big play by Thomas, given the break and the opportunity for Gibson to get in the end zone on that play. Terry will step this one off, and he'll get set for the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is through the uprights and middle. That'll make it 14-0 Bobcats here in the scrimmage against the Commodores. We'll take a quick opportunity to take another commercial break, and we'll be back after this message on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
YPK Motorsports is excited to help you experience the fun and adventure a quality Yamaha, Polaris, or Kawasaki vehicle can bring to your life. Now with 4 locations, YPK invites you to see our great selection of ATVs, side-by-sides, dirt bikes, and more. Come visit us in Jackson, Hazard, or Paintsville, or online at ypkmotorsports.com.
Holland makes the throw over to John Carter. Holland will move to the zone at the 30. Makes another break for it, and he's up to the sideline, about the 45-yard line, into Engineer territory. So nice little pass from the 30-yard line over to John Carter. Holland to Holland on the reception. And John Carter with a great move, and he'll get a breather real quick as Adam Spencer will come into the game.
He's put a lot of work in this offseason. Built his body up, recovering from an injury suffered last season.
Well, that's been the story of his career, recovering from injury, and he's had a hard time with broken bones, and it's good to see him really putting some moves on the field. Great to see him back out there. He looks so comfortable and looking good this season for the Bobcats. Holland going to step back, looks down the field, rolls to his right, looking, throws across the middle for Terry, overthrown, and it will go out of bounds. And The offense will come back over to the side of the field, and we'll get ready to switch out for another series of offense and defense. We'll take another quick break on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message.
At HCTC, you're more than just a student.
I am motivated.
I am retired.
I am a grandmother.
I am a veteran.
I am an entrepreneur.
I am a son.
I am a small business owner.
I am HCTC.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
So a little bit of an intermission break, if you would, here at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. We've got some young players coming onto the field. I think we're going to have a little JV session here at Bradley Hall between Estill County and Breathitt County. The varsity's been on the field now for 2 sets of offense, really 20 plays of offense and 20 plays of defense for the varsity at this point. The Bobcat varsity team with 2 scores and 2 extra points leading the way, 14-0 over the Engineers. The Engineers had some success moving the ball, but once they got it over into Bobcat territory, Bobcats were able to snuff out the Engineers offense, and the JV will come onto the field, maybe do some plays, 10 plays offense and 10 plays of defense. We will try to work through some names and numbers with this crew. I don't think I have them all down for Breathitt County. I do have a complete roster for Estill County.
Estill County was able to put up a drive that led to the 1-yard line earlier.
Yeah, they did get down deep.
Yeah, to the 1-yard line on the 10th play.
They did get down deep. So I know we got Dawson Hayes and Big Hoss in there. Hoss Stamper. See who else we got coming off the line of scrimmage. And good tie at that time. Linebacker able to fight off the block, number 34 for Breathitt County.
Adam Spencer filling up the alley. They're at safety.
We'll get us a complete Breathitt County roster here before next Friday night. I don't know if anybody knows what's going on next Friday night. The Bobcats will load up and travel to Death Valley and take on Haywood's Belfry Pirates in a renewed battle. Belfry came here last year. Bobcats will return the trip next Friday. I believe that was big. Was that Wyatt Alex in on the tackle? Number 70. I'm not sure if that's Hoss or if that's. Don't have him down.
I'm going to say it is Hoss.
It looks like Hoss. Hey. Yeah. Some big guys up front for the Bobcats there on the JV. TNT's down low. Estill County back in the spread. 2 receivers to the right. Little pitch over to the left. And it's going to go over to Colt Carter. Carter going to pick up about 10 yards up to the 40-yard line. I think they're going to spot it around the 40. Actually going to be, yep, right on the 40-yard line, so pick up of 10. And the Engineers will come out of the huddle. And we got a few numbers out on the field, folks. Of course, with being a scrimmage, some of these guys may not be wearing the exact number that they'll be wearing in a regulation game. Long pass down the field for Estill County, and the man that completes the pass with the reception is Hayden Manns, and Manns will run the length of the field for the touchdown for the Engineers. So nice pass from the Engineer quarterback, and Manns able to make the reception and kind of got away from one defender and makes it to the end zone for Estill County here in the JV part of the scrimmage. Sure, the junior varsity coach out there, Casey Allen for the Bobcats, not happy about that score. But the Bobcats got to learn, and this is why you do these scrimmages, put people in different positions and see how people play against competition. Practicing here for the last couple months, and Bobcats trying to get ready for the season. And, counting spring practice, I say a couple months, but so number 85 on to attempt the extra point. That is Seth Hurst, junior for the Engineers. Here's the snap, the hold, and the kick is up. It's low, but it is through the uprights and good for Estill County. You look out on the sideline and just a wealth of knowledge for the Bobcats. You see Mike Holcomb talking to Seth Holland. Doug back, my old freshman coach, back on the sideline. Fudd Hayes, Ricky Combs, Jeremy Moore, Josh Barnett, Kyle Moore. You know, everywhere you look, you got somebody else. Shorty Combs down here on this end, coaching up Big Hoss Stamper. Just everywhere you look for the Bobcats, there's somebody talking to a player and giving them some advice and trying to help them out. And we spoke about Big Larry Turner early, one of the unsung heroes here on the staff. What a great job he does taking care of the field, and things here just looking great. Engineers back on offense as they'll make a pitch, and the Bobcat defense going to gobble it up around the 33-yard line. Might have got to the 32. Looked like he had forward progress up to about the 33. But just a wealth of knowledge on the sideline for this Bobcat team. And, you know, you want to see these guys do good. And they got a little heart and soul down there, too, as Mr. Ethan Boland walked onto the sideline here just a few minutes ago. So a lot of the players coming up talking to Ethan, and good to see him out supporting his guys. He texted me the other day, and he said, Coach, I want to come help the Lumberjacks. And I said, Ethan, you're always welcome on our field, buddy. The Engineers going to be met in the backfield again by a couple of Bobcats here. Breakdown on the blocking maybe for the Engineers as a couple of Bobcats able to break free and make an early tackle. Looked to be stopped in the backfield, and the running back made a nice move to get away and was able to get away for just a second. Met again by another Bobcat just as soon as he broke free. So Dawson Hayes will come off the field. And I believe, is that Brock got in there?
I don't know.
Just see. Don't have that number either. Like I said, we'll continue to work on the roster here for the Bobcats. Ball thrown across. A long, pretty good pass that time from the quarterback, intended for Ezekiel Wiseman. Wiseman can't make the catch, just over his reach. He had a little bit of size on Adam Spencer going across the middle there. Wiseman's a big boy.
Yeah, there was definitely a size mismatch, but was able to make the play.
Two receivers each side for the Engineers. Quarterback goes to work. Will throw across the middle again, intended. Almost knocked down by Adam Spencer. Quarterback is Hunter Bingham. Bingham with a nice throw and a nice completion that time.
Yeah, nice completion.
Looked like Spencer was going to go up, tap that one down, just couldn't get to it. And I think the reception was made, I believe, by number 33, Jed Puckett. So Combs is going to come off the field for the Bobcats, and also two more Bobcats. I was trying to see who went in. Aaron McIntosh also came out. switching up a few players up front, getting some guys some different looks, and JV especially seeing how these young guys do in a competition standpoint. Pass again down the field, intercepted by the Bobcats. That time Bingham goes to the sideline with the pass.
They would have maintained possession as it came down.
Just trying to see who that was on the interception. Looked like, I thought it was Austin Barker, but I'm not sure if that's him or not. I can't see his number.
I don't think that's him. 27.
Let's see if I got him on. Nope. Another player that we're missing the number.
Oh, there's Austin right there. He's 13.
Yeah, he's 13. So I don't, not for sure who that was, but great interception. So we will change over. The Bobcats come out on offense. I know we got Dawson Hayes at center. And the quarterback will be Adam Spencer. Got to work on this JV roster and fill in some blanks so we can give these guys some time on the air.
Adam Spencer playing a lot of varsity reps as well as junior reps.
Yeah, he has. Handoff immediately inside. Bobcat's going to pick up about 4 or 5 yards on the play.
It's a good way to build a lot of experience that way.
Sure is. And, you know, you got to get your young guys in, got to get them some minutes. And like I said a minute ago, you want to see how they react to competition. You know, you get kind of used to hitting the same people during practice, and it's
get
good.
as many reps as you possibly can.
Exactly. Well, football's a game of repetition. It's muscle memory, and good to see the young guys on the field. Spencer going to give up inside. Number 34 going to be brought down right around the 35, 36-yard line. So once again, the varsity part of the scrimmage had the Bobcats up 14-0. Estill County did make a good drive and get down close to the 1-yard line before their offense was snuffed out on 10th play. But the Bobcat varsity coming out of there with 2 scores and 2 extra points, and the JV on the field now getting some important minutes. And we suspect that after this JV part of the scrimmage that the Bobcats will come back out and do some down and distance. Adam Spencer with a few moves from the quarterback position up past the 50 over into Engineer territory. Some nice running out of the quarterback position by Adam Spencer. We'll come back and give Coach Jeremy Moore a high five. Coach Barnett's going to come out and give some instruction to some of his backfield, some of his skilled players. And Jeremy Moore, Josh Barnett, and Casey Allen all out there coaching on this JV team. So a lot of knowledge working with these young guys, and we'll see how they prevail as they work over into Engineer territory, coming from the 49-yard line. Spencer back in the spread, 2 receivers each side for the Cats. Single back to his right. He'll roll to his right. He looks. Short throw. Caught. Number 27 with the reception. That might be Gavin Nipper. Not for sure, but that might be.
Could be Cameron.
Could be Cam, yep. Could be Cam. I never thought about Cam. That might be Cam's number. I called him Austin a minute ago, but I believe that is Cam. I think Nipper's number 80.
Might be.
I believe that is Cam. Spencer going to give the ball carrier number 6, tripped up, turns back, still got an Engineer on his leg. I don't know what number Preston is, but he's dressed. I see him. Could be a Preston Turner out there. He's been doing somewhere. He's been doing some good things in practice, I know, from what I've seen. So Coach Allen steps in, makes a play call. Adam Spencer and the offense for the Bobcats come out. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Back to each side of Spencer, left and right. Line is set. Spencer waits on the snap. He'll look. A little change of direction, little trap play, counter, and running back going to get up to about the 35-yard line before he's tackled by Estill County. Loses his helmet. Lost his helmet, and I still didn't recognize him. It's a long way from here to the other sideline. Coach Moore calling for a Bobcat to come in the game. Coach Moore, Coach Allen right in the huddle with the JV Bobcats now. Spencer will call the play. The Bobcats break the huddle. It's one thing I like to see, Bradley Hall. You sprint to the line of scrimmage. You don't lollygag and wait around. Oh, the ball comes loose. Going to be covered up by the Bobcats. Ball came loose after the handoff.
It's always important to show good body language.
Yep.
You can't let the opponent know that you're down.
We stress that a lot to the young guys. You know, in the fourth quarter, when that defensive guy looks up and you're still coming out of the huddle.
Oh yeah.
To the line of scrimmage.
It's intimidating.
Yeah, it's very intimidating. He keeps looking up and saying, "Man, this guy just keeps coming." I'd like to see that from the Bobcats.
Got to let them know that you're never going to quit.
Yep. JV line doing a good job of that. See him come to the line of scrimmage. Dawson Hayes will get a break. So Adam Spencer in at the JV quarterback. He'll get set. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Spencer sits back in the pocket. Plenty of time. Good blocking. He'll throw across the middle. Intended and caught by number 6, still on his feet, dragging a couple of Engineers with him up to about the 5-yard line. They got to get that young man's number. I'll tell you what, it wouldn't surprise me if he pulled the helmet off and that wasn't Preston Turner. It kind of looks like it.
Kind of does. I don't know what
number he's wearing.
Keep an eye on him.
I tell you what, I think number 6 is Adam Combs. I was talking to Kylan earlier, and Kylan gave me a few numbers. I've actually got number 6 written down on a piece of paper as being Adam Combs. So we'll give Preston some. We'll give Preston a plug there, but I think that's Adam. So Spencer with the keeper around the left side, and he'll be in for the quarterback keeper. 2-point conversion is good or the touchdown is good for the Bobcats, and they're going to bring out the kicking team, I believe, again, and let Braxton Terry kick another one. I thought maybe. It's another touchdown for the Bobcats, and that is not going to be Terry kicking. That's going to be Collins out there kicking. So we'll have a JV kicker.
It's like a 2-hour drive from our house.
Kick is up, through just off to the right, and no good. Had some distance, but it just pulled that one to the right. So if you were keeping score for the total here tonight, it would be 20-0 or 20-7. 20-7. Engineers have scored once on the JV side of things, and Breathitt's JV has scored once. So we'll see what is going to be drawn up here now during this little intermission. We'll take another quick break on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message with more Bobcat football.
Jackson Physical Therapy is your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving Jackson and the surrounding areas. Owned by Colby Watts, Jackson Physical Therapy has a talented and experienced staff ready to meet all your physical therapy needs. Jackson Physical Therapy is a proud supporter of our local youth and sports teams. Call JPT at 666-9293 to schedule your appointment today and let us improve your quality of life.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling. concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
Wolfe County is widely known as a rock climbing and hiking destination, but is now quickly becoming known for its great restaurants and entertainment venues. Venues like Skybridge Station, where you can see live music on the weekends or go to Tuesday night trivia. Kel's Patriot Pizza, Spanx Frank's, Dixie Freeze, Beef Finca, 145 Stakeout, which has live music most weekends, The Brick, Red Point Barbecue, and Bites and Bargains. Wolfe County is naturally gorgeous, and Wolfe County Tourism invites you to stop in and try one of these great restaurants on your next visit. Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Just want to watch the game.
That turn on the ceiling fan, use the gray remote, hit power, then input.
It's not working.
That's the silver one.
It might be difficult to understand what all the remotes on your coffee table do. But with a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent in every county, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Next time, I'll just go to the game.
We are back at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. Bobcats and the Engineers, Breathitt County and Estill County going at it in a Friday night scrimmage, getting ready here for the 2024 season. And the Bobcat varsity would be up at this point 14-0. JV side of things, if you were scoring that, it would have been 7-6. Engineers with the 1 point best of the Bobcats in the JV session of things. We're going to line things back up here and do another kickoff. As
I went ahead and zeroed the scores off, so really getting a game-like situation started.
We are changing things up here in the scrimmage side of things. We're going 10 plays for 10 and 10. Each team was 10 offense, 10 defense. That's what we did during the first half, so to speak. The second half of the scrimmage is going to be down and distance. We've got chain crew over there on the other side getting things set up. And the one and only Braxton Terry setting the football on the tee at the 40-yard line. Great kick by him earlier as he put it back in the end zone with one hop. And would have been a touchback in a game situation. Terry going to put the boot to it. Another good kick. Ball going to go out to about the 21-yard line and be fielded by the Engineers. And I think they will start at the 21 on this down and distance. I know in the first part of the scrimmage, everything was starting from the 30. We'll see what they do. Looks like the referee has the ball, and they're going to spot it at the 30. So we'll stay with that during the second half of the scrimmage. And Bobcats and the defense back onto the field. Sawyer Hall with a big play early from the nose tackle position. You got Braxton Terry at one down lineman and Waylon Abner at the other tackle. Trumbo, Tolson, Barnett, Gibson, and Thomas, Strong, Holland, and we got Barker at safety. Give on the Engineers in the backfield, going to be tackled by Tolson. Pickup of about 3, maybe 4 yards that time. I think the running back again was Neese that time.
Yeah.
Manus back in there, quarterback for the Engineers. Bobcats have looked, it's what you look for on defense is alignment, assignment, and responsibility. Brad, from a defensive standpoint of things, I know you played a lot of defense, but defensively they look like they've been playing at home and doing their jobs at this point.
Yeah, everybody has one job, and they're coached to do that one job. If everybody does it, then you're going to win every play. That's the philosophy you got to have, and it's the mindset you got to have, and a lot of these players are playing by that.
Unselfish play, is going to win you battles on defense, and you've seen Carter Holland that time make an exceptional tackle. Ball going to be spotted right around the 37 yard line.
Yeah, as a player, you just have to do your assignment, trust your teammates to do theirs, and it'll all come together as long as everybody does their job.
Mayness sits back in the pocket. He's going to be flushed out of there and brought down by Waylon Abner.
Try to blow it dead. It's too late.
Yeah, well, when a quarterback steps up in there, he's taking his life into his own hands. Not many whistles going to stop the defense of the Bobcats. Sawyer Hall going to come out of the game. Get a breather. Don't know who number 34 is in the jersey. It's one of them we didn't get a minute ago. Oh, I do want to make mention, folks, that number 6 we were talking about was the one and only Preston Turner, making those carries and those big receptions here in that JV part of the game. We did find that out here during the commercial break. So it looks like the Engineer is going to be forced to punt, and it's going to be a low punt. It'll fall around the 45 and take a hop, and it will go to about the 33-yard line. So the Bobcats the defense holds on the Estill Engineers offense, and they'll take over from the 33.
I believe number 34 is Wyatt Spencer.
Is that Wyatt?
Yep.
Okay, makes sense. That looks like Wyatt. They're just hard to tell, that uniform. So the offense back onto the field for the Bobcats with another opportunity to go to pay dirt. Holland with it back to each side of him now in the spread offense. Alex Strong's the receiver here in front of us. 2 receivers to the far sideline, Braxton Terry and John Carter Holland. Thomas and Gibson in the backfield with Miles Holland at quarterback. Holland calls the play, sets, waits on the snap from Carson Miller. Perfect snap, give inside. And Gibson lowers his head, and he'll bring it up to about the 35-yard line before he's tackled by the Engineers. Estill County with Hardy and also Waddle in on the tackle. So now the Bobcats move both backs to the left of Holland. 2 receivers to the far sideline, still Terry and Carter Holland. Give to Thomas. Thomas, change of direction, met at the line of scrimmage and taken down by number 16, Jax Neese, ball carrier for the Engineers, doing some dirty work on defense. He met Thomas in the backfield. The ball spotted at the 34. Holland with Gibson now just to his left. 3 receivers as Thomas will step up into a wide out. And we got a flag. The old freeze play from the offense gets the defense to jump, and a 5-yard pickup for the Bobcats.
The oldest trick in the book, to say.
Yellow flag gains you some yards that time for the Bobcats. That'll move it down to the 39-yard line. Gibson and Thomas, 1 to each side of Holland in the backfield. Snap from Miller, give to Thomas. Thomas looking for room around the left side, gets up past the first down marker and a pickup of about 7 or 8 more as he's over to about the 49-yard line of Engineer territory. Once again, Thomas with another big pickup of yards. I'd like to know his yards per carry tonight, as he's just been phenomenal in that running back position when he gets the ball. Coach Moore, and especially one of those coaches we didn't say a lot about, but Coach Holcomb got to be happy about that too.
Oh yeah.
Offensive-minded guy, and he loves to see the north and south. And I tell you what, Thomas, all about picking up yards. Holland going to throw short over to the right. Thomas with the reception. Made a move to make one miss, but number 23 there for the Engineers, Adam Puckett, able to make the stop.
It gives you a little peace of mind knowing that every time the ball's touching his hands that you're going to get positive yards.
You're exactly right. As an offensive coordinator and a coach, you got to love that idea that I need some yards. I'm going to go to Eli. I tell you what, Jaden Gibson has done an excellent job here tonight too. He's got to be on the plus side of things as far as carries go.
Oh yeah.
And offensively, we've looked pretty disciplined. We talked about the responsibility and the way we want to see the Bobcats play defense, but offensively, we've looked very. We've executed very well. I think they've been very mindful, and everybody's done their job. A give to Gibson. Gibson going to cut it up inside. Pickup of about 3 or 4. Good push by the line.
Good solid game.
And they'll take it over into the Engineer territory over about the 49-yard line. Miles Hollins looked comfortable in the quarterback position too. A young man as a freshman coming onto the field. Got to make mention of that. Got another freshman out there. Big Tayton Skidmore, as we talked about that earlier. He was serving up some pancakes on the line. And good to see him out here in blue, and good to see him playing back for the Bobcats. A young guy that I really enjoyed coaching, and a lot of young kids having a lot to ask of them on this team.
Well, he's got 3 freshmen out there right now. You got Jason Combs out there at wide receiver.
Jason's out there too. So Holland from the backfield going to be blown dead as the quarterback keeper. Picked up some yards, but the referee going to blow it dead. As like we said earlier, they're trying to kind of protect the quarterbacks a little bit in this scrimmage situation. And that's a smart thing to do on both coaching staff's part. So the Bobcats offense will line back up. 2 receivers this side. Barker and Holland. Barnett into the game for Thomas. And we got, I think that's Combs, the wide out to the left now.
Yeah.
And Barnett also in there.
Austin Barker in there too.
Barnett's going to come back and set up shop just to the left of Holland. And going to be give to Braden Barnett. Braden meets one guy early.
A tackle.
And he breaks that tackle and it gets up to about the 35-yard line. You're not going to stop Braden Barnett with a one-arm tackle.
No.
And that time Braden kept his legs moving, and that'll move the chains for the Bobcats.
Put up a lot of work in the weight room.
Yep.
Bulked up a lot.
What's he put on, 40, 50 pounds of muscle?
It looks like it.
You got to love the neck roll, man.
Big 4th down conversion, too.
Got to love the neck roll on the shoulder pads. That's kind of old school. Gibson and Barnett will shadow both sides of Holland. 2 receivers to the far sideline, 1 here in front of us. Holland steps back, looking down the field. Plenty of time. Going to throw it deep. Got a man out there and just overthrew Barker that time. I believe that's Barker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure had the right number. So that'll bring up 2nd down for the Bobcats. Ball sitting on the 36-yard line in Engineer territory. Barnett will come back out. And Eli Thomas comes back into the game. He'll set up shop just to the right of Miles Holland in the backfield. Once again, the Bobcats still in the spread offense. We did see Holland go under center and run some power down around the goal line earlier. Gibson back just to the left of Holland, waiting on the snap. He'll take it, sits back, short drop, steps up into the pocket, looks. Going to make a short throw, and it's incomplete, intended for Barker. Miles did a good job getting out of the pocket that time. He stepped up, and he had a couple defenders coming and made a good decision, got out of there. And he had a good look at Barker too. Barker had a chance to get to that one, but it'll go incomplete.
Miles has good pocket presence. He can detect when that pressure's coming and know when to throw it or get out of there.
Well, he's only been playing football since he was born. So, and then I'm not exaggerating that at all.
I'd believe it.
The young guy was wearing SEC helmets when he was in preschool. I mean, he had a collection. 2 receivers each side, Gibson and Thomas. with Miles Holland as he takes the snap, sits back, short throw, screenplay over to John Carter. Carter with some room.
Good move
He's
by
up
Carter.
past the down and distance marker, pick up of a first down and more. Looks like he's going to pick up about another 9 or 10 yards depending on where they spot the ball. So Carter with a little screenplay picks up the first down and more for the Cats.
That's a kid you want to get out in space, because you know he can make a move and get upfield in a blink of an eye.
Well, there's not many people going to catch him.
Yeah.
And he's so good at making that first move, that first step to make the defender miss. So it looks like the ball going to be spotted up around the 15. Snap from Miller, back to Holland, sets, throws across the middle to Terry. Terry with the reception. And he's going to be brought down around the 9-yard line. So nice pitch and catch from Holland to Braxton Terry. And looks like they're going to spot him at the 9-yard line. He's second down.
Second about 4.
The line is still looking good up front for the Bobcats. Good push. And keep an eye on those guys, and it's fun to watch them up inside. Holland sets, throws quick, and ball knocked down. I think that was Combs, the intended receiver. He came back inside to make the catch, and just off the tip of his hands, and it'll fall incomplete. And getting back to the lineman up front, man, it's just fun to watch this Bobcat line as they go to work. All of them with some great size, and all of them with some great strength, Brad. I mean, all these guys are really putting the work in the weight room, and it shows. I mean, we got some of the best linemen in Eastern Kentucky up here. Probably the best pulling guard in the state in Waylon Abner. I don't think they get much better than him when it comes to running the counter or the trap.
But you got 4 juniors up there, and 2 of them have been starting since freshman year. So
yes, right.
That's the experience you got to have.
And another key factor that you could probably speak to is playing with these guys through middle school, being together for 5, 6, 7 years.
Like all these kids, especially this junior class, there's so many of them.
Knowing each other's tendencies and just having that belief in the guy beside of you to get the block means so much in a 11-man game of football. Holland in the backfield. He'll give to Gibson. Gibson makes a move and going to pick up probably 2 or 3 yards before he's brought down just past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just having that team chemistry is just huge for a team.
Tolson and Barnett going to come in as Holland and Thomas will come out. And
but you know what's coming.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm kind of expecting something here if they line up.
Do you want it if she set it down?
I bet Barnett's the blocking back.
We'll see.
And we're going to set up in the power eye. Tolson at the fullback. Holland under center. Nitty-gritty football here. Holland turns, gives to Gibson, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage again by the Engineer defense. Good stop that time by Jackson East back in there again, number 16 for the Engineers. Leading rusher and kind of looking like the leading tackler here. He's got to be way up on the list of the defensive guys.
Been flying around everywhere.
So Tolson and Barnett will come back out as looks like Thomas and Strong came back into the game. Combs going to come out. And Eli Thomas making his way back onto the field. So Miles Holland will step into the huddle and call the play for the Cats. Line breaks it out. And we go back. Man in motion was John Carter. He takes the handoff, looking for the corner of the end zone, still on his feet, and he's in for the score.
Just like I said, you got to get him out in space.
Yep. Made a good move around the end and had one tackler trying to hang on, but Carter able to shake it loose, get into the end zone, and the Bobcats would go on the scoreboard again if this was a game situation. Braxton Terry over talking to Coach Shorty Combs. Alex Strong comes off the field. Looks like Preston Turner will be back out to kick the extra point. Ball is down, kick is up, and that one went through for Preston, so good kick by Turner. I tell you what, everybody knows as busy as Braxton Terry was last year on the field with the kicking game, it's kind of a bonus to have Preston coming onto the football team this year, being able to kick, and great soccer players. He played soccer and basketball and baseball for Jackson City. Folks, we're going to take a quick break here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message with more Bobcat football here at the scrimmage against Estill County.
PDQ Sales and Services, formerly known as Jackson Wholesale Company, is a locally owned and operated convenience store and grocery store supplier with a full line of products. They have ice cream, groceries, meat, dairy, candy, and more. They even have janitorial supplies including Tactical Strike disinfectant. Tactical Strike has been approved by the EPA to kill the virus that causes COVID-19. Give PDQ a call today at 606-666-2495.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Just want to watch the game.
That turn on the ceiling fan. Use the gray remote. Hit power, then input.
It's not working.
That's the silver one.
It might be difficult to understand what all the remotes on your coffee table do. But with a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent in every county, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Next time, I'll just go to the game.
We are back to the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex, and we've made note of it a couple times. A lot of work here done at the facilities, and one of the upgrades is the lighting system. The lights begin to come on as Braxton Terry puts the boot to it, and it's a high kick, going to go way back about the 5-yard line. Great kick by Terry. And this new lighting system coming on board and coming up here for us. We'll get to see.
You can kind of see the blue showing off the poles a little bit.
We'll get to see how that works for the Bobcats. Going to be interesting here going forward this year. Friday night lights take on a whole new meaning with this new lighting system. So we look forward to seeing that. Won't be long before it'll be every Friday night on the riverbank. We got Abner, Hall, and Terry, front three defensive guys for the Bobcats. Trumbo, Tolson, and Gibson and Thomas back at the linebackers. Pitch from Manus back in the backfield to Ryland Brown. Brown going to pick up about 3 yards, maybe 4.
But he can take the edge by the Bobcats.
Yep.
And force him back inside.
That's something that you hear a lot about, especially in college and high school, setting that edge and making the running back cut it back inside. You really got to have your best players out there to keep that running back from getting into space and getting the green grass. And you want that guy to be able to set the edge and hold off the blocker with one arm and keep that outside arm free and force that running back inside. Defensively, the Bobcats looking good. And look at this as Gibson.
Man.
On a blitz, literally just about took the handoff from the running back.
Shout out to my neighbor.
Man, what a play by Gibby. I don't think anybody was expecting it that quick, but Gibby in the backfield, and I'm not exaggerating, almost ready to take the handoff away from.
That'd have been a first.
From the quarterback, that mesh point they call it between the quarter and running back. Estill slowly comes to the line of scrimmage. They'll get set, 2 receivers each side. Manus in the spread with a single receiver. He'll change places now, go off to his right. He'll take the snap, sets back in the pocket. Quick throw, ball incomplete, tackled immediately by Jason Tolson.
Could have been intercepted by him.
Could have been. It was very close. Tell you what, Tolson's another guy that's put on some pounds and some weight and bulked up in the offseason. Sawyer Hall will come off the field for a breather.
Much needed break, soaked in sweat. Just tell.
The young man doesn't know. He's only got one speed, and he only knows one way of playing football, and that's full speed all out. Man in motion for the Engineers on the punt. Well, I guess it's a punt. Came across the field, maybe trying to throw somebody off. But the Engineers forced to punt down in distance. Bobcats hold their own. And they will take over on the 30-yard line. Well, he's going to spot it on the 32. So we'll see what happens offensively. Looks like the starter's going back onto the field for the Bobcats. We'll take another quick commercial break here on the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex, the field here on the Bluegrass Sports Nation's Scrimmage, Bobcats and Engineers. We'll be right back.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
And give a big shout out to my volunteers here tonight for the Lumberjacks organization taking care of the concession stand. Shout out to them working the concessions and keeping the fans here at the field fed. Great to have all those parents and volunteers down there taking a little bit of time out of their schedule to help out our organization. The young guys appreciate that and appreciate the administration here for letting us do the concession stand tonight during the scrimmage. John Carter with a little shake and bake. He's up to about the 36, 37-yard line before he's brought down by number 23. That is Adam Puckett on the tackle. So the line gets set for the Bobcats. Once again, we got Tater Cakes Skidmore, Tayton. We got Colby Bird, Carson Miller, Waylon Abner, and Sawyer Hall up there. I've seen that. That's what I was kind of making sure. Wondering if Waylon's getting ready to pull and trap. No, Colby Bird's going to pull and trap. Good block. Up inside is Thomas as he'll bring it up to the 45. I was thinking maybe they were going to switch the guards and Abner pull and trap, but that time Colby Bird doing a good job up front from the guard position. Once again, the line gets set. Thomas is going to come out of the game. Two backs now are Gibson and Barnett, one to each side of Holland. Two receivers to the left, one to the right for the Bobcats. Holland waiting on the snap. Give to Barnett. Barnett tucks it up inside. Hit at around the 50-yard line. So pickup of about 4, maybe 5 on the carry. We'll see where they spot it. We'll set it down at the 49-yard line. So pick up a 4 yards for Braden Barnett on the carry.
Barnett's got some speed too.
He looks really good coming out of that tailback position. I call it the tailback, but it's just kind of a split back there in the.
He hit it hard. Probably got him another yard or two from it.
Yeah, back there in the spread. He looks good coming out of there, getting the handoff. Holland again going to give to Barnett. Same play. Barnett got up inside, drives it forward.
Same thing.
Pickup of another 3.
Can beat it up in there.
Maybe 4 yards. And you got to have one of those too. And that's good clock management. When you can give it to somebody like Tolson or Barnett that's going to manage the clock's still running. You're picking up 3-4 yards every play.
Gives the other backs breaks too.
It does. And that's a very, very important aspect offensively.
Especially when you have guys playing both ways.
Yes.
Special teams too.
Yep. Holland, Barnett to his right, Gibson to his left. 2 receivers to the right, 1 right in front of the Engineer sideline. Same play other side. They'll give to Gibson. Gibson stiff arms, and he'll make it up to about the 45-yard line. Probably a pickup of a first down. We'll see. Yeah, I think so.
It's close.
It's going to be real close. Yeah, first down for the Bobcats. So Gibson with a hard run to the right side, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Combs, a single receiver to the right. We've got Holland and Barker to the left. Barnett and Gibson still in at the backs, 1 to each side of Miles Holland at quarterback. Holland waiting on the snap. Here it is from Miller. Sets back. He's looking. Rolls to his left. He's got a blocker. He's going to dump it off to Gibson. Nice little pitch and catch. And Gibson driving his feet. Pickup of about 4 yards up to about the 39, 40-yard line. I like that. He kind of led him out there a little bit, and Gibson kind of looked back to say, I don't have anybody on me. And that's important. Good communication. And instead of going for the long ball, sometimes you got to make that short pass.
If nothing's there, you're just going to make the best read possible and manage to make it a positive play.
Holland, same set. Sit back in the pocket, looking down the field. He's got a couple of men open. Going to be flushed out to the left, gets by both of them. Sets up, throws across the middle, but he's going to be blown dead over there at the sideline, I believe. Surprised he didn't blow it when the guy had him back there around the 50. He was getting chased.
Let it play out a little bit longer than they have been.
Adam Spencer in there for the Bobcats, too. One of the receivers. Over here with Barker. Braden Barnett will come up to the line as a tight end. Miles Holland, the quarterback. Gibson just to his right. Here's a snap. Holland rolls to his right, looking. He's got a man open. Throws, caught by Adam Spencer up around the 32-yard line. And that'll move the chains again for the Bobcats. Bobcats offensively really owning the field right now, Brad.
Yep, sure are.
You like to see that. You like to see good clock management, and that's how you win a ball game. You get up, and then you control the field the rest of the game.
Those two had a big connection last year in the middle school season.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just translated right over to high school. That's good to see.
Holland going to give to Gibson. Gibson finds an alley off tackle, lowers his head, and up to about the 34 or 25, my bad, about the 25-yard line. And it's going to be second down and about 4 yards. Pickup of about 6 that time. Barnett and Gibson in the backfield for the Bobcats. Jason Combs at one receiver. Barker and Spencer, 2 receivers to the left side. Ball on about the 34-yard line in engineer territory. Holland changes the play, steps up, waits on the snap. Gives a signal. Here's the snap. Holland sits back, throws deep for the end zone. Ball in the air, knocked loose, intended for Combs in the corner of the end zone. 2 engineer defenders there to knock it down.
These Estill County safeties are doing a good job covering the sidelines, too.
They really are. They've got a corner.
Seeing the ball in the air, they're running straight to it.
They got a corner on the receiver, and the safety's really flying over quick.
I got the point of the release. It was single coverage, but by the time
the ball got there,
he was doubled.
Yep. I'll tell you what, Brad, I've enjoyed you being up here tonight.
I've enjoyed this too. This is fun. This is my first time doing this. It's a lot of fun.
I really like it. I'm glad you've been up here with us tonight, and appreciate you just jumping in here on the late notice. Barnett and Gibson in the backfield. Snap to Holland. Give to Barnett. Barnett around the left side, dragging an engineer with him. Finally brought down up around the first down marker. I think he's going to be just shy of the first down, but very close for Braden Barnett on the carry, and that's the first down. It'll move the chains once again. Bobcats going to the nitty-gritty. Barnett and Gibson really managing the clock well in a game situation. We don't have the clock running tonight, but in a game situation, that's very important for the offense to be able to control the field. And they've got it into engineer territory, and they just own the clock here in this part of the scrimmage. Holland looking to his left. He'll roll back right. Look, throws deep across the field. Caught by Barker. And he's pushed out of bounds after the reception. But a big pickup that time, as we'll see how far the down marker goes. Looks like second down. It's a first down. They're going to move it all the way up. Be first and goal, I believe. Isn't it?
First and goal at the 10, looks like.
Is that from the 10? So the Bobcats moving it through the air, too. Nice reception by Barker. Pass courtesy of Miles Holland. 3 receivers to the left. Spencer, Barker, and Barnett. Holland waiting on the snap. Sits back, looks left, looking to the corner. He throws to Barnett. Barnett turns, nobody on him. He's going to find the corner of the end zone. And Braden Barnett with the score. Cue the cannon. And so the Bobcats on the scoreboard again.
Best I can do is an air horn.
Do it.
Well, and it failed. That's all.
It'll come on here in a minute at the inopportune time.
But Braxton kick this one.
So Tolson's going to get into the game as a blocker. Braxton Terry will step this one off. Adam Spencer with the hold.
Good call there, Rob.
The kick is up and good for Braxton Terry. That'll make Braxton 3 for 3 tonight on extra points. Bobcats on the board again with another big score. A key part of that part of the scrimmage that I really liked, and I know I've probably said it too much, but we controlled the clock. If this was a game situation, we got up on the Engineers and we drove it down the field. We got in their territory, and it was 3 plays to a first down. And when you start running 3-4 plays to get to the first down, you are controlling the clock, and that's really going to eat up some time. It keeps the other offense, the opponent, off the field, and it continues to wear on that defense. And I think in a game situation, that's very important for the Bobcats going forward.
And if you can build a lead and keep that pace down the stretch, that's forcing their offense to score quickly.
Yes.
Play hurry up. And not a lot of teams can do that and do that well.
Yep. So it looks like we're going to go back with the JV portion of the scrimmage as some of the guys coming in maybe not getting a lot of minutes in a varsity type situation, but these type of scrimmages and games are important because you get to see the young guys come in, you get to see them play in some different roles. You know, maybe somebody that's been on the scout team and practice every day is finally getting some minutes when it counts during a game type situation. You know, we've talked about a lot of these guys. I know we got Haas. I think that's Combs and Dawson Hayes up front, with Dawson being the nose guard. You got Trenton Noble. You got Adam Spencer, Preston Turner,
Gavin Nipper,
Cam, Cameron Johnson. Seeing who else I'm missing there. Number 34, number 15. I don't have those 2 guys.
I think 34 was White Spencer, and 15 was Adam Combs.
Okay, 15's Adam Combs. So good to see these guys on the field and getting some important minutes. Actually got Seth Johnson out there too. We got 2 number 72s. That's Trenton Noble and Seth Johnson. Both of them, I say end, but playing the Bandit and the Rover position. Good to see those 2 lumberjack guys out on the field that's played a lot of football together. Getting some important minutes here in the JV portion of the session. The Engineers will hand it off to number 15. Don't have his number listed here. Big stop by the JV Cats. That was Combs in on the stop, as well as Haas, big Haas Stamper. This JV team for the Engineers, nothing to be shy about either. I mean, they got some big size on this JV team. You look out there at number 65, the guy bound to be pushing 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
You know, rest of that line pretty beefy. So good size on this Engineers. Trying to see the quarterback number. I think that's Hunter Bingham at quarterback for the Engineers. Takes a snap, going to pitch.
Number 8, the quarterback.
Yep. That's Hunter Bingham. And the ball going to be tied up right in front of the Engineers sideline. Stop by the Bobcats. Wyatt Spencer comes out there with the football. I don't know if he took it away from him.
I saw a bobble. I don't know if there was a fumble there, but I did see it move a little bit.
Wyatt seen it too. He came out there with it. Casey Allen still out on the field coaching up this Bobcat JV team, doing a great job. A lot of successful guys out on the field. You look at these guys in lumberjacks and middle school, areas of their football careers, and all of them's been successful. So let's mix them up, put them together, and see what we come out with. Big stop in the backfield. And that was Dawson Hayes on the stop into the backfield, making it a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. And as soon as he makes the stop, he's going to come out of the game. They're going to switch out the front three guys. Hoss and Combs and Hayes will come out. Good job, Dawson. Good D-train. Big Dewey. Great stop behind the line of scrimmage. Got to love when a nose guard gets back there that quick. Ball tipped, and Spencer on the tackle. The ball tipped. Looked like Cameron was going to be able to get to it, maybe make an interception. But the ball falls incomplete. Nice tackle by Spencer.
Knock that ball out.
I think Coach Allen is working with, I think that's Big Brock in there, and Uncle Aaron in there. And I think that number 78, we weren't for sure about that number a minute ago. The ball hits the ground on the snap, and Trent Noble trying to fight off the block. Big tackle by Preston Turner. We got a flag in the backfield.
Like those big hits.
Probably a hold on Noble, I would expect. Trenton was trying to get off the block, and the guy had a hold of his jersey. Trenton really playing smart and trying to set that edge like we talked about earlier. Doing a great job, and pretty easy to see the hold at that end position when a guy's trying to get off the block.
Especially on the edge like that. If you're trying to stay outside and they can't go out.
So the penalty marker on the Engineers will march them back on the hold. Down and distance markers have went to the back to the stationary position on the fence as we were back in this JV session of the scrimmage. And there's the snap. Short pass over to number 40. Reception made by Michael Green. And he'll be tackled over in front of the Engineer sideline. And we just keep switching up the front three for the Bobcats as 3 players come out and 3 more come in. So a lot of guys getting some minutes here, and it's important that these guys get to see this action. We made mention of it before, but good to see the young guys get in and get some minutes. It makes them feel like they're not just part of the scout team every week in practice, but to be able to get in and get some minutes and make the most of their opportunity. Bingham at quarterback for the Engineers. He'll sit back, looks, throws short, little screen pass over to Matthew Parton, who drops the football, and it'll go incomplete. Parton coming out of that fullback position looked like he looks like a fullback. I shouldn't call it the fullback position. He's built like a fullback, coming out of that backfield, expecting the screen pass. Maybe tried to run with it before he caught it. Just drops the ball and it falls incomplete. Getting a good look at the lights up here makes the field look even more impressive on our great camera work from Tony Hounshell. Bright lights, got a little blue cast on the pole. Looking good here on the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex field. Another upgrade here at the facilities. We've got a super nice weight room and conference area, and meeting area, and locker room. Even added a great middle school locker room, a weight room, and a workout area that all of the athletes here, not just the football team, can use. Just a great atmosphere and a great addition to this facility, as well as the lights and just an A-plus stadium here for Breathitt County.
Oh, definitely.
Bingham throws across the middle, going to be tipped and almost picked off by the Bobcats. Looked like Wyatt Spencer and Preston Turner both with a chance at it. And Coach Shorty Combs telling them how to catch that interception now. Jeremy Moore, Casey Allen out on the field, coaching up the JV team. And we're going to switch up. We got offense for the Bobcats will come onto the field for the JV. Defense out there for Estill County now. So Coach Allen and Coach Moore in the huddle with the young guys, coaching them up, getting ready for some offensive plays. I would venture to say that this is drawing close to the close of tonight's scrimmage. We appreciate you fans tuning in here tonight. The first live broadcast on Bluegrass Sports Nation of the 2024 football season for Breathitt County. We look forward to next week as we'll travel to Belfry, Death Valley, over in Pond Creek in Pike County. And Preston Turner dragging a couple of engineers with him as he gets it up to about the 35-yard line. Good run by Preston.
Good tough run.
But Bluegrass Sports Nation will make the trip. It'll be an audio broadcast only. No video broadcast from the Belfry game next week. It will be audio only. So you won't, you just get to hear our phenomenal voices. You won't get to see our phenomenal faces on the air. I hope Eric Collins gets the message I sent him earlier. Hopefully he'll be able to make the trip next week. If not, we'll try to get in touch with Bradley Hall here and see if he can make the trip with us. Maybe fill in again.
Well, yeah, I plan on being here for every game.
Long trip
Maybe
over to
just
Belfry.
Give me a call or a shout out or something.
We will. We sure will. May have to get another headset, Matt Hudson.
We got a spare lane here already.
That's what we need. Adam Spencer going to be flushed out of the pocket.
Happy to help.
He's looking, outruns the defenders. Tuck that ball away.
Yeah, I was about to say, you took the words out of my mouth.
Still on his feet as Adam Spencer continues to run up to about the 45-yard line.
Makes you hold your breath a little bit.
No whistle on the quarterback running the ball this time. The referees looked around and said, oh, that's that Spencer kid. He's tough. Toughest guy out here. Let him run it. I wanted him to tuck that loaf of bread away really early, though, as he was getting up inside. It's Adam Spencer with a great run from the quarterback position. Maybe a busted play, maybe some good coverage on the safety and cornerbacks part, and Adam had to carry the load that time, and he gets it up to about the 45-yard line of Engineer territory. I think that would definitely have moved the chains. Good to see him bouncing all over the field. But a big rivalry next week is Belfry and Breathitt will go at it from Pike County. Preston Turner again up the middle for the Bobcats as he spins, and he'll get it up to about the 39-yard line. The big rivalry between those two teams is a lot of times in 3A. Back in the olden days, we'll say, I'll put an age on myself and on TJ Fraley both. Some very popular games in that era between 95, 2002. Some big games happening in that Belfry. A lot of people are going to remember those games that happened here and over at Belfry, especially the Mud Bowl that was played over in Pond Creek. And it's just a great rivalry between Holcomb and Haywood, and the Pirates and the Bobcats, red versus blue. You name it, we can think of it when it comes to the Belfry and the Bobcat rivalry. And once again, we'll repeat that game next week, and it'll be live here on Bluegrass Sports Nation, audio only. Spencer rolls out, throws, tipped, and Cameron
through the hand.
Can't hold on to it, so it'll fall short. But the Bobcats going forward with you kind of like to see these types of schedules, and you make mention of Coach Moore and his coaching staff. They don't shy away from anybody or any team. You got Belfry at first next week coming up on the schedule, and then we play Prairie Central here, and that'll be the Honey Bowl. And then we travel to Lewis County, and then we come back to Johnson Central on September the 13th. They'll be playing here on the Riverbank. Next week after that will be Hazard here at the Riverbank. The Bulldogs will come calling on September 20th. The Bobcats travel to Letcher County on September 27th and October 4th. They'll play at Somerset. And then we will play Leslie County away and play Danville at home and finish up the season on November the 1st with Prestonsburg here at home. So you look at that schedule, folks, and any football, especially a high school football fan, is going to look at that. Belfry, Prairie Central, Johnson Central, Hazard, Letcher, Somerset, Leslie, Danville, Prestonsburg. There's nobody on any of those teams pulling punches when it comes to the Bobcats. You're going to get their best game. The list of opponents on that schedule, 2 or 3 of those could be frightening for any team in the eastern part of Kentucky. But the Bobcats loaded up on the schedule you talk about RPI points. You know, it's got to be a strong schedule as far as the RPI would go, and some big matchups and some big rivalries on that schedule between the Bobcats and opponents. Spencer going to throw short, caught by Wyatt Spencer. Wyatt up around the corner, going to definitely pick up a first down, still on his feet. Defender falls out of bounds because he couldn't make the tackle.
Casey and Jeremy giving each other a high five. They must have saw something they liked there.
Spencer to Spencer on the pass and completion there, so that's good to see. A lot of connections with brotherhoods and family on this team, and good to see that going forward in the future for the Breathitt football nation. But getting back to that schedule, Brad, I mean, you look at that, and anytime you pull a Danville and a Leslie County or a Somerset, you start thinking about names like that, and you talk about storied histories, storied programs, and what do you? I mean, Belfry and Johnson Central, those two clubs. How many state championships between those? I mean, you start counting state championships on the list of opponents, and Bobcats not taking it easy this year. It's a strong schedule. Look at Preston Turner around the corner. Preston into the end zone. The first touchdown of Preston's high school career here for the Bobcats. Preston transferred down the hill from Jackson City, wanted to play football. Outstanding young man, played some great basketball minutes for Jackson City last year. Glad to see him here on the football field, and I'm sure Tony, his dad, is loving every minute of that too. So good to see Preston in the end zone. Congratulations on the touchdown.
You know, you mentioned the schedule, but this is the exact same schedule that the Bobcats had last year. So there's already a little bit of familiarity between the teams that they play throughout the year. But every year is different. People are going to lose a bunch of guys, including Breathitt. So
Spencer on the keeper into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, you're exactly right. It's just it's pretty much a flip from last year on the home and away.
That's all. It's the only difference there is.
But wow, what a schedule. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. If you tune in to Bluegrass Sports Nation, or if you make it to a game and you buy a ticket, definitely going to get your money's worth, and you're going to see some of the best high school football there is in Kentucky. I think that's going to draw it to a close. We'll take a quick break here on commercial break at Bluegrass Sports Nation, and we'll be back after this message.
Jackson Physical Therapy is your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving Jackson and the surrounding areas. Owned by Colby Watts, Jackson Physical Therapy has a talented and experienced staff ready to meet all your physical therapy needs. Jackson Physical Therapy is a proud supporter of our local youth and sports teams. Call JPT at 666-9293 to schedule your appointment today and let us improve your quality of life.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, folks, we are back from Bluegrass Sports Nation, the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex, winding up the first scrimmage, the live coverage here tonight of the Breathitt County Bobcats and the Estill County Engineers. Good to see this rivalry back on this field. You know, for Tony Hounshell, Matt Hudson, Bradley Hall, our exceptional new announcer that joined us here tonight to help
Nice
cover.
to be here.
I'm Rob Hounshell. I can't say much more about Friday night football. It's at its finest here at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex on the riverbank.
Best
It doesn't
time of
get
the
any
year.
better than that.
Best time of the year, for sure.
Appreciate the opportunity, fellas. We want to invite all of our fans to join us again next week as we will be at Pond Creek. The Belfry Pirates play host to the Breathitt Bobcats, and we will be there. It'll be audio coverage only. There's not going to be any video broadcast, but we will be there doing an audio only and bringing the coverage back to you fans at home that can't make the trip over to Pike County. Appreciate you guys tuning in and watching us here tonight in the scrimmage. We want to say best wishes to the Rose Wolf family. We'll be thinking about them and definitely keeping them in our thoughts and prayers. And what a special person Rose was. And we just want to say our heart goes out to that family. And I want to say special thanks to the Estill County Engineer Program and their administration for coming and being part of the scrimmage tonight. just a class act, and we appreciate those folks. Folks, that's going to do it for us here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you next week on BSN.